So as most of you know, I spend most of my days scrolling through Twitter, just trying to find something to comment on. And I noticed the other day when I was out and not at home or at my girlfriend's house on my computer that I was busy scrolling through, or that I was busy scrolling through a thread, and a bunch of people were making videos on this just absolutely insane story. So for those of you who don't know who Amaranth is, she's a large Twitch streamer. Uh, I don't know if I should say her name, but yeah, she's a large Twitch streamer. She's famous for doing like the e-girl cringe lord shit and like being just hypersexual. Not really my style of content, but when she collabs with other people, I find her funny, but I don't really watch her content. Anyways, but I guess she had a stalker, and I guess the story just came out that this stalker was doing some just actually insane shit. So let's just jump right into it. I'm gonna start off with this screenshot where she says that her stalker traveled from Estonia, Europe, and came to my city, camping out in a hotel with line of sight to my P.O. box, and spent over a month camping out daily at a Starbucks next to my P.O. box. 44 days, 3 minutes. He has psychotically streamed everything. Uh, and yeah, this is just whatever he goes with. And I just want to say, I think that if you have to go this far to try and meet someone that you like go sit outside of a lady's house or a PO box and you just sit there and wait for her to come. It's just insane. Next, it turns out that he sold everything. He cut all of his worldly ties, all of his possessions, his car. He even sold his cat. He even publicly posted and privately detailed vlog videos. It seems like a manifesto. Now, for those of you who don't know why that's creepy, we especially with everything going on recently with all of the shootings and stuff, we see a bunch of people who have manifestos and they have like basically their entire plan is to get rid of people, I guess, or like kill them, and it can be very dangerous for someone, especially a woman who is a Twitch streamer and is popular for being hypersexual and stuff. Like he could probably try and do stuff to hurt her. I'm not sure if this is his intentions at all, but it is a possibility that we have to remember. But yeah, it's just I don't understand why someone would ever do this. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's very weird to me that someone would sell their entire like livelihood and stuff. Next, we find out that she didn't want him to come and said that she didn't want to meet him, and then he would say liar, liar, fiance, and then he made dancing videos reminiscent of the Buffalo Bill dance inside of the Lambs, and then keep sending them to me. That being said, that picture that he posted kind of looks like something out of the SCP universe or like a cryptid like Slenderman or something like that. It also kind of reminds me of the Predator from AVP. I don't know. It's very creepy and very weird to me. Also, if you look at the next section of her Twitter thread, it says that he has also taken in a feral cat and then it went away somewhere, and then it's just very sad. But yeah, the fact that he adopted a cat and it got sent away, it's just very weird and creepy to me. I don't know what is wrong with this dude, and I totally understand why Amaranth might have feared for her life. But that being said, I don't understand how people let this go for 44 days. Because in the first thread she said that she went for 44 days. I don't get how the police didn't do anything or like how nothing happened. Like I understand that not all or all that or sometimes like police can't do anything because there's lack of evidence or whatever. But when this dude clearly sold everything that or that he had for his life and then moved to America from Europe, probably not legally, to just sit outside of a PO box and wait for a lady to magically appear so then he can like talk to her. And then he calls her words and names such as fiance and calls her a liar and stuff. That's just very weird and creepy. Next, it says that his vlogs went on for 44 days according to the live streams. On Monday the 13th, he streamed himself as was his routine, but then dressed up and obviously carried around a musical instrument case. And I totally get why Amaranth might be afraid in this situation because, like, I don't know if you guys have seen a saxophone case, but they're pretty large, and you could hide a weapon in there of some kind. And I totally understand that. That's a very valid fear for someone such as Amaranth to have. But then the next part is the part that just really upsets me. It says that that she called 911 after he was trying to break in to her PO box. He cased the vicinity for 30 minutes. Cops declined to do anything because he was seen a mile outside of her residence. And then she called 911. The dispatcher was rude, putting her on hold, and it took 33 minutes from calling 911 to having the police show up. And I just want to say, if it takes you as a police officer 33 minutes to show up to someone's house who's calling 911 to help you, you're just a piece of shit. This is just awful. It should not have taken police 33 minutes to uh, like come up to her house. Like, obviously she wasn't being murdered or anything at this time, but what if she would have, you know? In this scenario, especially with a bunch of people who have stalkers as Twitch streamers, this is a fear that they constantly have. And I know, like, I'm not very large, but having a stalker is just really weird. Yeah. And then she ends with saying that she didn't want to be responsible for what would have happened if he forcibly gained entrance, and then apparent lack of motivation for law enforcement. She didn't really have any other options, which I get, but at the same time, like, it's just there's nothing else she could do in this situation. It's very weird and very creepy. And I just want to end off with this last screenshot. She says, "What would happen if he had forcibly gained entrance and the apparent lack of motivation? He did end up getting arrested and detained. The embassy was contacted, and he was deported from Houston." I just gotta say, like, I don't understand why this situation even happened. Like, the fact that somebody was able to sit outside of someone's house for 44, or their PO box for 44 days without being arrested, trespassed, anything is just insane. And the embarrassing response from the Houston law enforcement is just astonishing to me. Like, I shouldn't be that astonished, but I sadly I am. I figured that they would have made any effort to make an appearance for her, but or any like help for her, but they did not. They did nothing. That being said, I think that this is just an awful situation, and I'm glad that he was banned from the U.S., deported, and can't come back. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about this, but I also wanted to say, like, uh, Moist Critical, or Charlie, or Penguin Z0, however you know him, I'm a very big fan of his, in case you didn't know, and he made a video, and he talked about how Ludwig, who's another streamer I watch sometimes, said that, like, streamers aren't your friends, and that's true. Like, I've made some friends who are streamers, at least I consider them friends, but, like, they're really not your not your friends. Like, we're just here to chill and play video games and make entertainment for people. That's all. That's like the only goal that a lot of streamers have. I know for me, it's to make a community and see where that goes. You know, if I get a community and then end up making friends, that's cool. But, you know, it's just mainly the community part for me, like, and entertainment. I just think that this whole situation was weird and could have been avoided. But anyways, that's about all I got for you guys. Thanks.